So I've had this Tyco, I think it's GP50, the original locomotive I think was used by the Southern Railway and then Norfolk Southern in the USA. And I remember buying this years ago because it was a very attractive scheme. It's coming round the mountain. It's like so many of the Tyco models, this deliveries, the paint schemes are often fantasy orientated. It hasn't run for years. I tested on my controller, which is a very good Gagemaster TS, a superb, like high-end DC controller. Nothing happened. I was just about to start opening the loco up and having a look at the power torque motor, and I've been having some success with pancake motors from Lima and the old Bachmann pancake motors by hooking them up to the Relco radio frequency, the Relco track, they call it a track cleaner, but to call it a simple track cleaner is kind of underplaying it. What it basically does, it uses high frequencies and sends them out to the motor, and it ionizes any dirt on the track, but it has a secondary benefit. It also ionizes and cleans out any oil, grease, etc. on the motor, the commutator, and the wheels, and so on. So just as a matter of, I'll put it back off, I'll take it off the points. Just as a matter of interest, a few minutes ago, I stick this boy on the points, and he hasn't run in years. Put him through the track hooked up to the Velco, up to the Relco, and see what happens. Not only does it run, but it runs beautifully. This Relco unit not only cleaned the internal mechanism, but seems for some reason I don't fully understand to improve the performance of the model way beyond what they originally were designed for. Now let me show you how slow. I'm going to put on I'll make it come around one more time, and then I'll apply the brake simulator on the Gagemaster unit, which is a fantastic feature of these DC units. Now I'll apply it now. Okay. I'll turn down the throttle, switch off the simulator, and we'll go in the other direction. Remember, this is the original power torque motor. Now let's start it from a standing stop. Have you ever seen a Tyco run like that? It's almost silent, and it can crawl at incredible speeds, slow speeds. Look, that is a Tyco power torque. That is a Tyco power torque. There's been no change to anything in the motor. It's not screaming. It's not going like crazy. It's running at an incredibly slow speed for a Tyco. Look, I mean, look at that. That is unbelievable. Remarkable. Again, just to show you, I've changed nothing. This is out of the box Tyco antique in a very attractive fantasy livery. And I've had so much frustration over the years. I've had so much frustration over the years with trains not running. And not just, you know, I mean, why do I have this train? It's nostalgia. It reminds me of the time I lived in America. It's a piece of history, a piece of model train history. But it always ran noisy. It always ran erratically. And look at it now. So if you want to get Tyco engines running like this, crawling like this, get yourself a Relco track cleaner and be amazed. Another aspect of these two have been considered so problematic for the time was often they were run with, you know, train set power supply units. That's one of the reasons people have bad memories of these models. And not just Tyco, but also Bachmann, and on this side of the Atlantic, Triang and Lima. Although the Lima pancake motor is pretty amazing and very much underrated. A lot of it had to do with the fact that if you use a good controller, you can get performance out of these engines that you wouldn't normally get or wouldn't expect. But when you use something like the Relco hooked up to the track, you get something that you can hardly believe. It'll be coming around the mountain for a long time to come.